guys, it's your local Texas Ranting Guru. Today, I am going to rant to you about the STAAR Test. Now, I know everybody talks about the STAAR Test, and some people say it's good, and some people say it's bad. Let me tell you something. I went to a Catholic school my entire life. Yes, we had a standardized test because here in Texas, it's illegal not to for the school system. But it was called the Iowa State testing. And it wasn't a determination tool on whether you should go to the next grade, if you could graduate, nothing. It was just a fun week for us to not do schoolwork and just mess around. Literally, that's what we thought of it as. It was playtime. That's what it was. All the way from third grade to senior year in high school, we had to take those tests. I understand. However, my schooling is different from my kids' schooling. They are stressing out over the test because it's going to tell them whether or not they can move on to the next grade. That's dumb. That is dumb. You realize that the STAAR Test has things in there that they're not even learning, right? Like that's not part of the curriculum. It really isn't. That test rarely has anything that is related to the grade and what they're learning. It's not. You want to see how well they're doing and if the teachers are teaching what they're supposed to be teaching? Don't use that test. Don't use that test. That don't do nothing. If you want to see how Texas is performing against other states, do something else. Find something else. Take a dang survey. There ain't nothing beneficial from the STAAR Test. You are stressing all these people out for no reason. Every time the STAAR Test comes around, I tell my kids, it is just a test. In the real world, it does not matter. Do not freak out. Take your deep breaths. Do as good as you can and move on. We, as your parents, will not care if you fail it. It does not matter. It's stupid. The only actual test that matters in the real world is the SAT and the ACT. Nobody else cares about anything else. They don't even look at that. Are you kidding me? They don't even look at that. Nobody cares. You're telling me that they have to pass this stressful test that has no relevance to what they're learning at all just to graduate? And if they don't, you can hold them back for a year? Or you can send them to summer school? I'm sorry, if my kid passes all of his classes and does not fail, and they get those C's or above, they're fine. They're learning just fine. Come on now. Like, dang. And people who have disabilities, learning disabilities, anxiety, autism, Down syndrome, computational disorders, dyscalculia. You're making all of that worse. So much worse for no reason. And you're investing $8 billion into a test that don't mean jack. That don't do anybody good. And not only stresses out the students, but the parents and the teachers. Seriously? Now, if you want to do a test, do it like my Catholic school did. Make it a fun week that does not determine jack. Okay? Doesn't determine anything. Take the test. Sure, you want to see how well we're doing against other states. I understand Texas is better than everybody. However, you're making that test important when it's not. It's only important to you so you can prove to the other states everything's better in Texas. That's it. That is it. There's no reason for that. We did the Iowa State testing. It was a fun week of school for us not to do schoolwork. And they still fulfilled their requirement with the state of taking a standardized test. It didn't mean jack to us. It didn't determine if we graduated. It didn't determine if we got held back. It didn't determine if we went to summer school. You know what it did? It made all of us happy. We looked forward to that testing week. It was a whole week of just testing. And most of the time you see kids and they're like, I don't want to take that test. It's awful. Blah, 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 blah. But we were looking forward to it because it was a week of nothing relevant. We got to just do those tests, and that was it. It was a fun thing for us. Literally, it was fun. Everybody, even those who had the disabilities, those who didn't like tests, those who struggled in school, they thought of that as a fun thing. I mean, like, why can't you do that? Why can't you do that? And honestly, again, $8 billion for the stupid test? No. You can put all that money into teacher salaries, into paying for the schools to better themselves. And I'm not talking about just sports. That's what the Booster Club is for. I'm talking about the arts too. Theater, choir, band, science. Put it into something besides sports. Now I know in Texas we're all about football and sports. I'm just saying. There's more important things than sports because not everybody is going to be a professional player. I mean, honestly, you think you're going to make it to the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, and you're really not. You're really not. Sorry about you. Unless you got that special something, you're really not. So let's not put importance on sports the way it is. And that might just be a me thing. I do enjoy sports as much as the next person. I was a cheerleader. I was in track. It's nothing. I get it. But you also need to put importance on school. The science department. The arts department. Libraries. Teachers' salaries. Come on now. That $8 billion can be used for way more important things than stressing everybody out. Again, ain't nobody care about that test. What? You think they do that in China? Are you trying to be like the Chinese? If you're trying to be like the Chinese, let me tell you something. They go to school for 12 hours a day. They have regular school and then after school. They are not home. That's why they do so good when it comes to education. They put priority on education, and they make you go to school for 12 hours a day. Now, I might be exaggerating, so don't get me China. I'm just saying that's what it seems like to me. So there's no reason to compete with China when we're not doing that. Well, you want to go down to a 4-day school week. You really think we're going to compete with China? They go to school 6 days out of the week, 12 hours a day. You dumb. You are really dumb. You are dumb. That's not how this works. That is not how this works. Do away with the STAAR Test. Quit stressing everybody in their dog out and put that money towards something useful for schools, for education. Do something different. And if you really need that test, again, not relevant to anybody, in anywhere, in any world, in any universe, in any dimension, do the one that my school did. The Iowa State testing. And make it a fun week of learning. Don't let it determine jack on nothing. Don't let it determine jack. If you really think that the kid is struggling and needs to be held back, that should be between the school and the parent. That should not be up to the state. The state don't know nothing. Do you know what my kid goes through? Do you know what my kid has, what problems my kid has? Do you know how they take tests? Do you know if their test taking is hindered because it's a test? No, you don't know nothing. You can't know that much about every student. Come on now. Get with it, Greg Abbott. Get with it. You think you're doing good? No. You're doing bad when it comes to that. Now, I love Greg Abbott as much as the next person. He's a pretty chill dude. But when it comes to this education stuff, he ain't that great. He is not that great. Y'all need to listen to the teachers. Like they say, if you ain't in it, you don't understand. Like the feminist people say, if you ain't got a badge, you don't get to speak. If you're not a teacher, if you ain't got kids that are actively in the school system, you ain't got no business speaking on it. And yes, I'm sure you got kids that were in the school system. If they ain't actively in it now, it don't matter. It don't matter. Different generations did different things and learned differently. We have learned from our past mistakes. We have learned there's certain things that we should not do when it comes to schooling. Do you want these kids to stay in school for 14 years because they didn't pass the STAAR Test? That has no relevance to anything? No. No. Leave the children alone. Do away with the importance of the STAAR Test. Invest the money into something way more important. And get over yourselves. I mean, come on. Do better. As always, have yourselves a Texas day.